everyone, welcome back. So, in about 30 seconds, my nail color is going to change. I'm going to be wearing something different. Don't be confused. I am refilming the intro because poof, it disappeared into the abyss that is my laptop. So today, / a week ago, we are doing a foundation first impressions on the new Armani Maestro GLOW. Now, if you are an OG subscriber, you know that I am die-hard for Armani foundations. I've been using them for years. I think that they are still some of the best on the market. The only exception being the original Maestro Fusion foundation, which didn't really work out for my dry skin. So for a little bit of context, this is how Armani describes this foundation. It says sheer glow finish, so potentially dewy. True skincare oils infused with pure pigments. These oils make the texture comfortable, easy to apply, and nourishing for women with drier skin. So I'm expecting a very lightweight, sheer, and dewy foundation. I don't want to give any spoilers. I really do like this one. But if you would like to see my thoughts on the Armani Maestro GLOW foundation, then keep on watching. So Armani Maestro GLOW, or rather, Armani Maestro GLOW. I had a little bit of a struggle with the shade range, but more about that later. We have a dropper system. Not my favorite, but admittedly, it's probably the most suitable for this kind of really fluid formulation. So this foundation is biphase. If you actually let it sit for long enough, you'll see that it separates into two discernible layers. So you've got to give it a really good shake and then boop, boop, and give it a really good shake again. Very, very fluid. So I'm going to try applying it with fingers on this side, and then on the other side I might try a brush. Now with the shades, kind of confusing, I'm not going to lie. If you are familiar with Armani foundations, you will not be the same shade in this formula. It runs quite a bit lighter, and there's only one way I can explain it. When you drop it on the back of your hand, it looks darker, and then as you blend, it kind of transitions into like a lighter shade. I've never really experienced that before. Generally foundations do the opposite, but something worth noting, if you're going to get matched at a counter, put it on your face, proper. So this is the shade 6.25, and then randomly I got number 8, which is like quite a deep chocolate shade, because I thought that this would make a brilliant bronzer. So I'm going to try that after I finish. It does blend really easily, and the formula is ultra lightweight. Can't feel it on the skin at all. This is probs just a touch dark for me, but we'll make it work. So that is one very light layer on this side of my face, and you can still see a little bit of rosiness on my apple of my cheek, but honestly, like I'm looking really close and I can't see foundation on my skin. I am super impressed. What I'm going to do is apply a little bit more and see if I can build some coverage. You know what I might actually do? I might add a little bit of number 4 through the center of the face for a bit of a highlight. Okay, so I've built another very thin layer just in this area here, and I think that I've built to just a medium. We're not at a solid medium, so I'm not sure how buildable this foundation is. I think it's meant to be worn sheer. For the other side of my face, I'm actually going to try a flat buffing brush, that's what it's called. I never use this kind of foundation brush. I'm just not a fan, but willing to give it a go. That's a hell of a lot faster. I personally think that fingers works best for this foundation. I feel like brushes just sort of munch up all of the product and you don't get any coverage on the face. This is one of the most skin-like foundations that I've encountered recently. It is beautiful. The coverage, personally I would prefer a medium coverage, a solid medium, so that I wouldn't have to use quite as much product on my face, but I can't deny that that is a beautiful, beautiful finish. It's very dewy, so I mean, I would say that this is bordering on glossy. I would definitely have to powder this down the center of the face, and I will. I wouldn't say it's concealed my pores, but I don't think it's drawn attention to them in any way. So, I have a stippling brush and I have number 8. I'm going to attempt to use this as a bronzer. Okay. It's so pretty. Yes. Good idea, Karima. That is beautiful. If you're looking for quite a glossy, I'd say, liquid bronzer, try this in a deeper shade. It's stunning. So apparently this foundation has an SPF of 30, so what I'm going to do is pop on a bit of under eye concealer and take the flash test. Well, under these conditions, it doesn't look like there is any flashback. I'm just gonna lightly powder the T-zone. First impressions, guys, I'm really excited about this. This is a really beautiful foundation and very, very skin-like, if that's the sort of thing that you're into. So I'm gonna go and do my makeup. I'm going to edit a video which is gonna take me like 12 hours. And I will be back a little bit later on to report back. Hey you guys, it is currently, come here, 3 p.m. So many hours since we last spoke. I love this foundation. I think it is absolutely beautiful. It hasn't settled into my smile lines or the crevice around my nose as many foundations do. It hasn't gone patchy at all. It pretty much looks as it did when I applied it. That being said, I do have dry skin, so if you have oily skin or you typically have issues with longevity, that might be an issue for you, but longevity-wise, it's doing pretty well at this stage. Right now, I am seriously impressed. I will check back again in a few hours to see how this is wearing. I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 5:53, so 6 p.m., about 8 hours since application. And right now, I'm starting to notice a little bit of, I don't want to say separation, but I can see the makeup kind of on the tip of my nose. Nothing crazy, I'm just being a fast pot like that. The good news is I don't think that this oxidized, although that would vary depending on your skin chemistry and whatnot. Worth noting that alcohol denner is the fourth ingredient on the ingredient list, and it does include fragrance. So if you are sensitive to either of those, be wary. The smell, I forgot to mention, I apologize. It doesn't smell floral. Oh, it's getting messy already. It doesn't smell floral, it smells clean. Not offensive to my nose. If you love the idea of those lightweight, volatile oil foundations like the Dior Nude Air, the YSL Fusion makeup, but they didn't work for you because they made you look dry or your skin type wasn't quite right, I think that it might be worth trying out the Maestro GLOW. I think this foundation would be best suited to someone who has normal to dry skin and very little to cover. If you typically enjoy tinted moisturizers, I think that this will be your kind of product. I wish it had just that little bit more coverage, but I do love it. And out of 5, I would give it maybe a 4 or a 4.5. I'm really looking forward to using this foundation for glossy skin looks and then going in and pinpoint concealing all of the marks that I want covered while retaining that really beautiful sheer finish. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this foundation first impressions. If you have tried this foundation, then let us know in the comment section what your thoughts were and what your skin type is so that everyone can have a read and be better informed. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye. 1:48, so almost 4 hours since I applied the Chanel Le Beige foundation. Now the good news, the foundation hasn't changed much, so the longevity so far is looking pretty good, and all the shine that you see here is highlight. Let me show you the highlight.